space in 1977 remains unexplained to this day. That night, the Big Ear radio telescope in Ohio detected something extraordinary. A burst of radio energy unlike anything scientists had picked up before. It lasted just 72 seconds. When astronomer Jerry Amon reviewed the printout days later, he was so stunned that he circled the reading and scrawled a single word beside it. Wow! The signal came from the direction of Sagittarius, matching precisely the frequency scientists had predicted an alien transmission would use. The same frequency emitted by hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. And then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished. Astronomers pointed telescope after telescope at that same patch of sky for decades, using instruments far more powerful than Big Ear ever was. The signal never returned. To this day, no one is certain what caused it. In 2017, a team proposed comets as the source, but Jerry Amon himself, the man who found the signal, rejected that explanation, and most astronomers still call it unproven. Nearly 50 years later, the WOW signal remains exactly what it was the night it arrived, unexplained. Mystery number 9. The Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, sponge divers exploring an ancient shipwreck off the coast of a small Greek island discovered a corroded lump of bronze. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than a broken piece of metal. But when scientists examined it more closely, they uncovered something no one expected. Hidden inside were dozens of precisely engineered gears, assembled into a machine unlike anything ever found from the ancient world. Dating back more than 2,000 years, the Antikythera mechanism could predict eclipses, track the movements of the sun, the moon, and even the planets with astonishing accuracy. It was, in essence, the world's first known analog computer. The mystery is this: no other technology remotely as advanced would appear again for more than 1,000 years. Who built it? How did they possess such extraordinary knowledge? And why was this technology seemingly lost to history? Even today, despite decades of research, the Antikythera mechanism remains one of the greatest technological mysteries ever discovered. Mystery number 8. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. February 1959. 9 experienced hikers vanish into Russia's Ural Mountains. What rescuers found when they finally located them would baffle investigators for over 60 years. The group, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, was skiing toward a peak known as Otorten when they pitched camp for the night. They never moved again. Weeks later, search teams found their tent cut open from the inside. Footprints in the snow showed the hikers had fled into a blizzard of -25 degrees, some without proper boots or coats. All 9 were later found dead. Most had died of hypothermia, but 2 of the hikers had suffered severe internal injuries, trauma similar to a car crash, with no external wounds to explain it. Soviet investigators closed the case, citing only a compelling unknown force. No further explanation was given. For 60 years, theories ranged from secret weapons tests to encounters with something not of this world. Then, in 2021, Swiss scientists modeled a rare, delayed slab avalanche that could explain both the fled tent and the crushing injuries. Field expeditions later confirmed the slope was capable of it. It's the most credible explanation yet, but investigators admit no one survived to confirm it, and the hikers' exact final movements remain, to this day, unknown. Mystery number 7. The Taos Hum. For decades, in the quiet town of Taos, New Mexico, a small number of residents have reported hearing a mysterious low-frequency humming sound. It is described as a distant engine that never stops, a deep vibration that seems impossible to escape. Strangely, most people hear nothing at all. Sensitive microphones have often failed to detect any unusual sound, leaving scientists puzzled and those affected increasingly frustrated. Over the years, researchers have investigated countless possibilities: hidden industrial machinery, underground geological activity, electromagnetic signals, and even the unique sensitivity of the human ear. Yet none of these explanations has solved the mystery. Some people believe the hum is generated by natural phenomena. Others suspect secret military technology or classified communication systems. A few even wonder whether the source lies beyond our current scientific understanding. Whatever its origin, the Taos Hum remains one of the world's most persistent, unexplained acoustic mysteries. A sound that thousands claim to hear, but that science has never been able to fully explain. Just this past July, researchers in Europe proposed a new lead: low-frequency tinnitus, a sound generated by the ear itself rather than any outside source. It's a compelling theory, but it doesn't explain every case, and for the hearers of Taos, the debate is far from settled. Mystery number 6. The Voynich Manuscript. For more than a century, one book has defied every attempt to understand it. Known as the Voynich Manuscript, it is filled with hundreds of pages covered in strange symbols, bizarre illustrations, unknown plants, mysterious astronomical diagrams, and naked figures bathing in impossible structures. Carbon dating places the parchment in the early 15th century. Yet the language has never been identified. The writing follows patterns found in real languages, suggesting it is not random gibberish. Cryptographers, linguists, historians, and even modern artificial intelligence have all tried to decipher it. Every effort has failed. Who wrote this extraordinary manuscript? Was it a forgotten language, an elaborate code, or knowledge meant to remain hidden forever? Even today, the Voynich manuscript remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in the history of human knowledge. Mystery number 5. The Nazca Lines. Across the vast deserts of southern Peru lies one of the greatest archaeological mysteries ever discovered. Etched into the dry earth are hundreds of enormous figures: spiders, hummingbirds, monkeys, whales, and perfectly straight lines stretching for miles across the landscape. From the ground, they appear almost meaningless, but from the sky, they reveal breathtaking geometric patterns so precise that they can only be fully appreciated from above. The Nazca people created them nearly 2,000 years ago using only simple tools, carefully removing the dark stones covering the desert to expose the lighter soil beneath. The true mystery is this: why create gigantic artworks that no one on the ground could ever see in their entirety? Were they sacred ceremonial pathways, an enormous astronomical calendar, messages for the gods, or something humanity has still failed to understand? Despite decades of research, no single explanation has convinced archaeologists. Even today, the Nazca Lines remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ancient world. Mystery number 4. The Lost City of Atlantis. More than 2,000 years ago, the Greek philosopher Plato described a magnificent island civilization unlike anything the ancient world had ever seen. Atlantis was said to possess extraordinary wealth, advanced engineering, powerful armies, and immense cities built in perfect concentric circles. According to Plato, the civilization flourished for centuries, until, in a single day and night of unimaginable catastrophe, it vanished beneath the sea forever. Was Atlantis simply a philosophical allegory? Or did Plato preserve the memory of a real civilization destroyed by forgotten natural disaster? Over the centuries, explorers, historians, divers, and scientists have searched every corner of the globe, from the Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic Ocean, hoping to uncover its remains. Despite countless theories, no definitive evidence has ever been found. Even today, the legend of Atlantis continues to blur the line between history and myth, making it one of the greatest unsolved mysteries ever told. Mystery number 3. The Bermuda Triangle. Stretching across the Atlantic Ocean lies one of the most infamous places on Earth, the Bermuda Triangle. For decades, countless stories have claimed that ships and aircraft entered this region and were never seen again. Among the most famous disappearances was Flight 19. In 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off on what should have been a routine training mission. They never returned. Even the rescue aircraft sent to find them disappeared without a trace. Over the years, strange theories have emerged. Powerful magnetic anomalies, sudden methane gas eruptions, rogue waves, even whispers of extraterrestrial technology and the lost city of Atlantis hidden beneath the sea. Scientists argue that most incidents can be explained by severe weather, strong ocean currents, and simple human error. Yet one question continues to fascinate millions of people around the world. Why has this small area of ocean inspired so many stories of unexplained disappearances? Even today, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the greatest mysteries ever associated with the sea. Mystery number 2. The Great Pyramid of Giza. More than 4,500 years ago, an extraordinary monument rose from the Egyptian desert, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Built from more than 2 million massive stone blocks, some weighing over 70 tons, it remained the tallest structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. Even today, its precision continues to astonish engineers and architects. The 4 sides are aligned almost perfectly with true north. Its enormous limestone blocks fit together with astonishing accuracy. How an ancient civilization achieved such precision using the tools of its time remains one of history's greatest engineering mysteries. Hidden chambers, sealed passageways, and unexplored voids discovered only in recent years continue to fuel new questions. Even as this video was made, Egyptologist Zahi Hawass announced the discovery of a new 30-meter corridor sealed behind a stone door. Its contents still undisclosed, promising what he calls a discovery that could rewrite the history of the pharaohs. What secrets still lie inside the Great Pyramid? Was it simply a royal tomb? Or did it serve a purpose we have yet to understand? Despite centuries of exploration and modern scientific research, many of its greatest mysteries remain unsolved. Even today, the Great Pyramid of Giza stands as one of the most extraordinary achievements in human history. Mystery number 1. The Fermi Paradox. Imagine standing beneath a sky filled with billions of stars. Every one of them could have planets. Many of those planets could be older than Earth, and some may have had millions of years to develop intelligent life. Scientists estimate there could be billions of habitable worlds in our galaxy alone. So, where is everybody? In 1950, during a simple lunch conversation, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Enrico Fermi asked exactly that question. It became known as the Fermi Paradox. If intelligent civilizations are common, why have we never found undeniable evidence of even one? No signals, no spacecraft, no confirmed alien technology, nothing. Some scientists believe intelligent life is incredibly rare. Others think civilizations destroy themselves before becoming advanced enough to explore the galaxy. Some suggest they are already here, watching silently, without interfering. And then comes perhaps the most unsettling possibility of all. What if humanity is simply too primitive to notice them? Like ants, unable to understand the existence of airplanes. Perhaps the universe is already full of civilizations, and we are the only ones who still believe we are alone. For now. The silence of the cosmos remains one of the greatest mysteries ever faced by humankind.